Welcome back to Octane Garage. We are going to get back on the Buick. My son's been driving this car around for about 2 months, and it seems the alternator went out. Left him stranded, had to go get him. We threw a new battery in it, got it home with the battery light on. So if you're watching this video, one or two things. Either you have a Buick that needs an alternator, or you're one of the lucky people that has subscribed to my channel and watches all the time. And if you are, I appreciate that. If you're not, think about doing that. Check out our builds. We do some cool builds on our channel. This Buick isn't one of the cooler builds. I picked it up at auction. If you didn't watch the last video, you can check that out and see how this whole mess started. I had to put a timing chain in it. They said it runs and drives, and it didn't. Then it did. Now it doesn't. So we're back to it. So let's have some fun. The alternator is buried right down there. So we're gonna have to move the power steering pump. We're gonna have to move some of these out of our way, enough to get to that alternator and get it out of there. First thing we're gonna have to do is get this battery unhooked. Alright, if you're someone that's never unhooked the battery, don't be afraid, it's not that tough. We've already got the negative unhooked. I unhooked that after I pulled it in. Just a 10 mil there, you slide the cable off. The positive's a little trickier. There's a little more going on, not a lot. You're gonna need a 10 millimeter. You're gonna put it right on here, loosen that up. Could take it off here, but we're just gonna pull it right off the battery itself is what I'd like to do, just like that. The reason you want to unhook your battery if you're changing the alternator, for those of you who've never done this, there is a hot wire down there on your alternator. So you have to have that unhooked, because if that hot wire, when you unhook it, touches something, anyone that's done it knows what happens. You're gonna get sparks, it's gonna get a little wild, but you'll be okay. Unhook that battery, get that out of the way first. Okay, the first thing we're gonna have to do is get this power steering hose out of our way. There's a clamp right here that we gotta get to. And I think the way we're gonna do that is, what I really need is one of those, they make pliers for this, but I don't have any. So we're gonna try and use these. Let's see. We can get it in there enough. And I'm doing this one-handed, so bear with me, people, to slide that off. And here's the thing, there's fluid in this, so you gotta keep in mind that you're gonna probably lose a little bit of power steering fluid. Okay, we got the hose off. Now we just gotta get the line off. Shouldn't be too big a deal. It's probably gonna leak a little bit out. Our power steering hasn't been working anyway, so we might try to do a little something with that. It's going to leak right down on the alternator that doesn't work, so we're okay with that. Now we got to figure out somewhere to shove this so it doesn't flop down and just all leak out everywhere. So I may grab a zip tie for that and just zip tie it up out of our way. Alright, we just shoved our hose up here. We didn't have to end up zip tying it. That's okay, so the next thing, we're going to have to get the serpentine belt off. And that's going to be fun. Okay, to get the belt off, right down, let me get my light in here. You can see where that ratchet's hooked up. That's your tensioner. So to do it, all you have to do is wiggle the ratchet in there. It's really tight. You're supposed to have a special wrench. I don't have one, so I use my ratchet. Then you just pry up. That's, as you pry up, it's kind of hard to see, but as you pry that up, it takes the tension off the belt. You can pop it off. Now I'm leaving most of the belt on if I can, but I'm just gonna pop it off there enough to get that alternator out of the way. All right, well, I'm 90% sure I can leave this power steering pump right here. Let me get this light out of the way. Our alternator's right under this. I think I can leave that hooked up. We got a 13 bolt right here. We got another one right here. There's one down below. We gotta get our electrical plug unplugged. That's right here. So it shouldn't be a big deal. Can do that now probably. Oh, maybe not with one hand. Yep, there we go. So we got that unplugged. There's gonna be one more down lower. Right down here, you're gonna have a positive. It's probably got a 13 on the end of it also. It's gonna run to your battery. So let's get some bolts out. We're gonna see if we can wiggle that thing out without removing that power steering. Okay, so we gotta get this 13 out right here. That one's a nut. The other one's going to be a little harder to see because it's right behind this big old radiator hose. Right? Come on, sucker. Okay. Get the rest of that off by hand. And at the moment, our belt is still going around our alternator, so I do gotta address that at some point. We got one more down below. You guys aren't gonna be able to see it. Okay, we got the bottom bolt out. Had to do that one with the wrench. Not a big deal. Just got the old ratchet wrench out. Now we've got to get this belt all the way off the alternator because I didn't do that. Came right off the power steering, but it never came off the alternator yet. Shouldn't be too big of a deal. Right there. Almost. There we go. I got it. You have to believe me. You just have to believe me that I got it. So let's see if we can slide this sucker out of here. I think we're going to have to address that positive cable next. Don't think it's got enough room to slide all the way off that positive cable on there. So let's see if we can get that off. I probably should have broke it loose before I loosened the alternator up. That would have been the smart thing to do. We got the cable unhooked. I want to see if I can snake it out through here. It's going to be tight, but I'm hopeful. I think, I don't know if I can even do this. I'm for sure gonna have to get this out of the way a little bit. Okay, it came off, so that's a good sign. Fell down there in no man's land. Ugh. She's heavy. So as it turns out, we're going to have to take the stud out that holds the alternator. It's a little too long, it's blocking us. And a 5 millimeter, if you can see that, if it'll focus, it got right on there. And luckily, I didn't think it was going to be, I thought it probably wouldn't even come out. But it seems it will. So I'm excited about that. So I think once we get this out, it's going to give us enough room to get the alternator out. That's what I'm hoping. Now, let's see if we can wiggle it through there now. Give us a lot more room. Still not positive. Okay guys, we got it up to here. I ended up having to take the bolt out of my dipstick tube and move that over. I didn't take it all the way out because that'd be a pain to put back in. But I did. If you take that bolt out, you can just push it out of the way enough that you can slide the alternator up through there. Now it's not easy, and our AC doesn't work, so I could have took this line off and moved it. But I'm assuming a lot of your guys' AC. You guys might work, and you might not want to have to do that. Because then if you do that, it's not going to work. She's an oily mess, though, I can tell you that. Now we just got to slide the new one down in there and reverse everything. Same order, just backwards. So we got our new one. Well, when I say new, I really mean used. Used from the junkyard. That's okay. Gotta do what we can afford around here, you know. I don't want to have to. These were expensive new, so we went with a used one. Let's see if we can slide this one down in there. It might be a little tricky. Well, I'm sure it will be because it was tricky to get out of there. You just gotta go down the same way we just came out. Feels a great big pain in the butt. Takes a lot of wiggling, but you can do it. We'll get it setting down there. We're going to put our dipstick 2 bolt back in first. We got to put our alternator stud back on. Alright, there's the dipstick tube. Now we got to put the alternator stud back in. I also want to shove this rag up in here. Or at least wipe this thing off. It keeps dripping down, which I'm not a fan of. I really don't want it dripping all over the new alternator, new used, whatever. Don't think it could be very good for it. That's all I'm saying. So we got that snug. Let's finish tightening it up. And we lost our light. Alright, there's that. So far so good. Let's see if this light will turn back on. Our light's dying. I might have to go grab another one. Now I think we need to do, let's get that positive cable back on this one. I'm thinking it'll be easier to do that now. Be a lot harder to do that later, I'm afraid. That was a 13 millimeter. That's it, pretty tight. Okay. Alright, we got the cable on there, we got the stud on there. So now we need to slide the alternator back up into place. Shouldn't be too big a deal. Hopeful. It's not going to be too big a deal. Get it on there. Okay. Something like that. We got these 2 studs here. I say we start by putting the top one in. I think they're the same. They are. I'm going to start them both before I tighten them all the way up because this thing gets smarter. I also want to put this rag right here so it's not dripping. You don't want to drip power steering fluid into your alternator. I'm 100% sure that's probably a bad idea. Now I just got to figure out how to get this other one to start. Oh, there it goes. Okay. Power 13. Make sure we get it getting tight. Alright, I'm getting tight. Got one more nut here. Got one on the stud. why. Actually, it's supposed to be on the other side of this lipstick. I believe it. I'm not 90% sure because it's supposed to go this right there. There we go. Okay. Now, somewhere down there should be a plug for this alternator. Right here. I don't know what on it right at the moment. That's okay. Let's bring this back around. Get our hose back on, our power steering, so it can quit leaking on already. I think that's a good idea. I'm gonna have to re-zip tie that up there though. So we can get that hose kind of back where it needs to be. Definitely not going to be the easiest thing in the world to do. But we did it. So good for that. Okay, we're good there. Now, the last thing is we got to plug this thing in. Get our rag out of there now. That's good. Get a plug. Pretty much locked in there. Okay, so we're good there. Got that on. We gotta get our belt back on. Alright, we got our serpentine belt back on. We went ahead and hooked our battery back up. So it's time to fire this thing up and see if it made any difference. I'm hopeful. So let's throw a key in it, start her up, and see what happens. I hear power, that's a good thing. Let's see if we get a light. See if it gets a battery light this time. And the light's off. So far, so good. Oh, our steering still doesn't work, but the light's off. And it appears that it's going to stay off. So that's a plus. Seems to be idling a little high, but it's starting to come down now. These things always ran a little funny. Guess we should crack the garage door a little bit. Let some of those exhaust fumes out of there. Okay, it's still charging. Still got no battery light, which is good. So there's a general idea how to put an alternator on. It's not a necessarily how-to video, but we got it done. So if you watched this long, we really appreciate it. Check out some of our other videos if you like this type of stuff. Stay tuned to see what we're going to do next. I don't know. I mean, we tried to bleed the power steering in this thing and it's still not working, so I think it's time for a power steering pump. That could be our next video, I'm not sure. Or we may get back to the Fiero, the Death Trap Fiero that we call it. Because it needs a real paint job, I think. If you saw my other video, I threw a paint job on it. And it was kind of for fun, but I think we're going to give it a better paint job. So thanks for watching, everybody. We really appreciate it.